Hi, this is Ed Cohen, and you're on Global TV Talk Show once again. Thank you very much for being there. You know, Google Analytics tracks everything, and they say that we have had a spike in audience participation since January 1 in particular, um, with an average weekly, what we'll call page views, audience visits, um, of almost 200,000. Which is way above a year ago and light years ahead of 2 years ago when we started this in March of 2020. And so a lot of that has to do with the convenience and the genius of Zoom and other resources like this. But more so, it's all about the guest that I have today. Inigo Lopez is in Spain, and it looks like
Hi,
he's
Ed.
right down the street here from San Diego. The genius of this transmission. Welcome, Inigo.
Thank you very much, Ed. It's a pleasure to be with you in this show, and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the name of your company, please correct me if I'm wrong, but BiCortex, BiCortex.
Yeah,
And the websites are, I'm reading this, BiCortexLanguages.com and
that's correct.
also BiCortexTranslations.com. So
Yeah.
very quickly, is all of this done online or they're in person also?
Well, actually, that depends on how you look at the things or the date. If you are talking about pre-COVID, I would say that for the language training, this was mainly done in person. So we do have trainers everywhere in the world that teach to assignees and their families face-to-face, any language anywhere in the world. However, when COVID hit, then everything stopped for a while. We didn't know what to do. Then we were instructed by our customers to just try to switch it to online virtual with a live trainer. So then we had to train our trainers to be able to teach virtually, which was kind of challenging. And then suddenly everything was virtual. When things improved regarding COVID, and that's also we saw how the countries started to get better, then we started to get some requests about going back to face-to-face. And also some of the students who really said, I don't want virtual, they actually contacted us and said, okay, now I think we can do it face-to-face, right? So then at the moment, I would say it's 50% virtual, 50% face-to-face.
So I know you're very concerned and very active with the situation in Ukraine, amongst other things. And I see that you offer free language lessons for refugees. That's a wonderful idea.
Yes, well, actually, I think in the last year or so, I've been like creating these sometimes boring policies about from diversity to responsibility of the company, ESG, and so on. I say boring because when they talk to you about policies, like, oh no, I have to create another policy. But this time, like about a year ago, we started to really think about doing this properly and not only write the policies, but also implement something and do some good for the society. And that's how things started to change in the company. And coming back to the language lessons, yeah, we wanted to help regarding the Ukrainian situation. And actually, before even we started this project about the free lessons, I had the idea or the crazy idea of driving to the Ukrainian border with Poland with my camper van on my own to bring humanitarian aid and also bring back to Spain some refugees. So I don't know if this is because I just had a dream or because I saw it on TV. I don't really know why, or maybe it was because I was also like thinking about how we can improve our policies, how we can give back to the society, and how we can make a better world. But something rang in my head, in my brain, and then I from one day to another, I just drove to the Ukrainian border.
Good for you. So were you shot at? Were you welcomed?
Well, I did. I was welcome, of course. I mean, because once you get there, I try to get to the right person or the right entity to deliver the goods. So I didn't speak directly to the refugees on the first stage.
Yeah.
So then I looked for the volunteers who were gonna put the things I brought to the best place. Then there is a network of volunteers around the world, like from home, trying to organize things and trying to help people. So then they got some of the refugees we were gonna bring. When I say we, is because I met during my way 2 other camper vans. So we were 3 vehicles that got there at the same time. So they got some of the people we were gonna bring. So they told us to meet them in certain point, and then to fill in all the slots that we had, because we were only 1 person per vehicle to have more space to bring people back.
Yeah.
Then I just went to the refugee camp to basically go to look for refugees. So there was this person with a PA system, like saying, okay, 2 for Spain, 2 for France, 2 for Italy. So I said I wanted to bring people to Spain, and then some people came to speak to me, Ukrainians. That was my first contact with them. I couldn't say if I was welcome or not, because it was very weird and tough situation. They didn't speak English or Spanish, so we were using just the telephone to translate, and they were scared and confused, worried, and I was also like kind of in a different and difficult situation. So I just wanted to optimize and bring as many people as possible, because some of them, there was like the mom with 2 kids, others were the grandparents, the mom and a kid. So we wanted to just get as many people as possible in the best situation. So that's how we managed to fill all the camper vans in and bring 11 people in total.
Wow. Congratulations. That's really impressive. So let me also ask you about a cause that you like. Looking at your site again, you're a proud member of Relocate the Profit, and there's a nice logo there. What is Relocate the Profit?
Well, this is a new association of companies that want to give back to the community part of our profit. So basically, we take an amount of, depending on the number of invoices we send each month, and we donate to an NGO that we choose between ourselves once per year. So basically, when we donate, we can see the number growing. And if we are just one company, small company, you can just see a few euros or dollars. But if you are like a number of companies, then you see this number growing faster. And it's kind of a great thing to do these kind of things with other companies within the global mobility. So at the moment, we are donating to an NGO in Tanzania, and this NGO helps to improve education of children. So, of course, any NGO would have a good impact, but in this case, especially in our case that we deal with education, that's really feels us quite good. Yeah.
Yeah, good. That's a nice story. So what we do here is that we have an arrangement with a charity, legitimate IRS approved charity, called findneurohelp.org. All right, Neuro is Neuro, findneurohelp.org, and it has to do with Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's disease and MS. And my friend Mark Colo has Parkinson's, has had it for many years. And he is a co-founder and a leading director of the charity. And so he has been my guest on TV talk shows for 2 years. And together well, we talk about the charity, findneurohelp.org, and that has resulted in some donations and a lot of good awareness. And Mark and I have developed a TV show, a channel that's called Medical TV Wellbeing. And so his primary business when he was active in the employee relocation industry was as a mover, transportation executive in Southern California. And one of his actions because of his disease is that he used that advantageously by going to hospitals and universities and research centers, saying who he is and what he does for a living in transportation. And he asked whether he could help relocate doctors and scientists and their laboratory specimens, which are very valuable, from wherever, New York, Boston, Chicago, Toronto, into Southern California hospitals. And so he got a lot of business from doing that. And as a result of doing it successfully over the years, in other words, didn't break anything, didn't lose anything, he made friends, okay? And so he's been inviting some of these key world famous scientists and doctors and researchers to come on our talk show and be interviewed by me about what they're doing in their endeavor, what they're doing about Alzheimer's and dementia and Parkinson's, because it's all in brain tissues and whatever. Okay, so we do that a lot. And so every dollar we bring in advertising or sponsorships or memberships enables me to fund all this other activity. So
that's a great initiative. Yeah, I really love
really,
it. Yeah,
it's really been successful. I wish it would be more successful because we need more advertising sales.
you know that the name of our company, BiCortex, comes from bilingual, and then cortex is the part of the brain that they deal with languages.
Yeah.
And actually, when you are bilingual, the diseases, the dementia and so on, they are delayed. There are studies done by experts. You may ask your next guest. There are tests and experiments that prove that really when a person is bilingual, the dementia shows up like at a later stage.
Well, because
so that's quite interesting.
Because they're using different energies,
parts of the brain.
Yeah, and making it stronger. It's almost like exercise.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a muscle.
Rather than not utilizing it.
Yeah.
Hey, that's really cool. Okay, so let's talk about your company, and let's also talk about Seville and Neuro. But your company now, this is something that you began, right? But you must have many independent contractor type employees, remote.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do from employees, and also we do have translators, we do have teachers. So basically we do have like many. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And so you've been telling me that you love going on the road in your mobile vehicle, your mobile home, which is large enough for your family to be comfortable and for you to work while you're on the road. And you drove over to the Ukraine border and back, and you just told me offline that you were getting ready to go with the family on an extended trip because of school recess, and heading for Scotland in northern UK. So you're in just outside north of Madrid, and so you're going up through Spain, up through France, over towards Calais, and ferry across the English Channel, and then driving up through the United Kingdom. That is really going to be a lifetime adventure for your kids.
Yes, they really love it, and I think it's a good opportunity to have like a good quality between life and work.
Yeah.
Anyways, the kids are not having school, so I prefer them to be with me at least part of the day. We enjoy it together. We work on the way. If we have like a peak of work, we stop for a week or whatever. We also do some meetings because we will go through Paris, London, and we visit some customers, partners, friends. So basically, it's a complete trip where we do lots of things, yeah, and lots of driving. Yeah, it's around 3,000 kilometers to get up to the north of Scotland to the Highlands.
So you have to pack some winter clothing then.
Yes, actually, yes. That's
and rain gear as well
yeah,
as summertime gear.
exactly. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
bad thing about that. We won't see much of nice weather.
yeah. I know you're going north to what we call north to Alaska, but you're going north to Scotland,
Exactly. Yeah.
the Shetland Islands, I guess. So anyway, this is really interesting. Let's talk about your business now. So you do a lot of direct marketing, I assume, but you also probably deal with the RMCs.
Yeah, actually, most of our business goes directly with RMCs, DSPs, immigration law firms. We do have direct customers, but it's really maybe 30%. So that's why, like for us, the conferences, EURA, ERC, and so on are very important. That's where everyone joins together in person. Finally, after a few years with nothing in person,
Right.
and it's already a couple of weeks ago since Sevilla ERC. People were really happy, exciting to be there, willing to talk with everyone, willing to do business, refer business. It was really a different atmosphere in terms of happiness and willingness to work together. I think we all missed that, and it's been an incredible event. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the energy that drives the industry, not just the transactions. But so when you share leads and offer services to complement what they need in their business, there's a referral fee mechanism of some kind, right?
Well, that applies only sometimes when it's really something that they are, for instance, when an RMC or DSP, they're offering an additional service, and they actually offer it, so coordinate somehow or deal with the billing or something like that. When it's like a simply referral, I would say with two friends, like for instance, we don't do destination services. But if someone asks me, do you know any company in France or in Germany, anywhere, I would just give the name and there won't be any referral fee. So it's only when some kind of work is done. Also.
Right, right. Good. Okay. So let's talk about Seville again. So what you liked best was, well, you liked it all, but what you liked best was the networking time when on every corner, on every doorway, there's more people to say hi to in person.
Yeah, yeah. The days were very long. Started early and then they end really late. So the networking events, dinner, gala, after dinner, party, and so on. It was like, apart from the hundreds of meetings that most people had. So these back-to-back 30 minutes meetings, everyone did lots of them. And then, as you said, between meeting and meeting, you had like 5 minutes, 10 minutes where you would speak to someone else in the corner. So I saw many people, including myself, who lost the voice. So on the last day, I just couldn't speak at all. It's been lots of talking. Yeah.
Isn't that great? So this is just wonderful speaking with you and getting to know you. I thank you for being my guest on Global
Thank you,
TV
Ed.
Talk Show. So let me ask you if you want to ask me anything, or did I leave something out that we should discuss now?
No, I think that's we discussed everything. As I said, people in the global mobility are quite positive about the future of our industry, but everyone talks about changes, whatever that means. So I guess we will have 1 or 2 years where the industry will have to adapt a little bit more to this online, virtual, no virtual, and see how the new global mobility industry looks like after, as I said, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
But now this year is going to be a changing year. The policies are going to change. The needs are going to be slightly different. But everybody agrees that this relocation industry is still growing, and they will have us for many years.
So I wanted to just sum up by saying that prior to COVID, prior to March 1, 2 years ago, 2020, our primary business had become for 25 years producing live events, live meetings, bringing people together, mainly in the US and Canada, but also in Latin America and throughout Europe. Many years ago, about 20 years ago, we produced a meeting in Madrid, but several in London and Paris and Milan and Geneva and Zurich and Germany. And we're going to come back into Europe with what I'm calling a virtual in-person tour. And so we're going to do meeting on Zoom, but we'll also do the Zoom within the live meeting. And so not only will we have people in the live audience, just like Seville, but the audience will be much larger around the world because of the broadcasting, not only on the day we hold the meeting, but also in the TV broadcast on-demand distribution following the events. So we're looking at the first week of October, and I want to invite you to consider being involved in this series, or in one of them anyway. And I'll send you some info about that as we get closer.
Yeah, that would be great. Happy to help. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that would be great. Okay, we'll be back to you. So let's stay in touch while you're on the road. And
Sure.
when do you take off?
It's the day after my kids have holidays. So it's on the 24th, next week.
Coming up. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you like, we could do on the road talk show from your camper.
Yeah, just go ahead. Just tell me when. I'll be there.
I think that would be fascinating to have a series of where in Europe are you now? You know, I was going to say where in the world. Well, we know where you're going to be, but where in Europe are you now? On the road with Inigo and BiCortex. Thank you again for being on
Ed.
Global TV Talk Show. I love this.
Thank you, Ed. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.